I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
It might be my YouTube. I have the. I mean,
I'm using the YouTube app too.
maybe it just kept dying. I don't know.
Tom's app just keeps quitting.
It must be the YouTube app because I used the Twitch app earlier.
Mm.
It was fine.
YouTube's mad at you for using Twitch.
Yeah, maybe.
They can sense when you've used Twitch. They probably have a thing in their app.
You're like, he's using the competitor. You know what I was thinking about doing to like make sure.
YouTube's stinking on the phone. Tom's app just keeps quitting. We're on my phone now, so hopefully it doesn't quit.
You know what I was thinking about doing to kind of spend some time on Superhouse? I was thinking about doing spooky game night on Superhouse and then do all my Switch stuff on Twitch.
Switch on Twitch?
Switch on Twitch.
Switch on Switch?
Just keep doing
Spook on Tube?
Spooky on Tube. I'm also hoping...
Spooky Tube?
Yeah, because I liked the spooky...
It's a bummer because we were like 60 people watching on that stream. Now we're probably not going to get that. YouTube's literally killing us. It's like, no, we don't want people watching you. Stop it.
Maybe there's somebody on there and they're talking about not being able to afford to live in LA again.
But you would think YouTube would like that because then people will donate and YouTube makes money.
That's true. They make 30%.
YouTube is making money. Why are they making it so that they don't make money?
Yeah. You know what?
YouTube is an idiot.
You know what? One thing I do like about Twitch, and I think I've told you this, that I do like about Twitch over YouTube, is that if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free membership on Twitch. Cool. Like people don't have to spend money; they just already have an Amazon Prime account, and they could just be a member on your Twitch.
Yeah, but we have members. I have members here too on YouTube on all.
But I'm just saying, it's like nice that they like if you have a Twitch.
Oh, then you can watch a movie or whatever.
No. I'm just saying it's a feature that I wish YouTube would offer. Like they would do something where you could get a free membership to a channel.
Oh,
like so you could like try it, like a trial or something.
Yeah.
But they don't offer anything like that.
Well, because YouTube be stingy. It's Google. Amazon's, I guess, not as ruthless as Google.
I think Amazon just has more money.
It's crazy that Amazon would have more money than Google. It's Google. It's like the biggest company in the world.
But Jeff Bezos is the richest person ever.
I guess Amazon is technically the biggest company in the world.
Amazon is definitely the biggest company. Google's huge, but I think Amazon is just bigger.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm pulling up the chat on my phone.
Hey, does anybody know? I gotta ask Mike Lombardo. Thank you, Lapis. I don't know what we're at about $100 on the last stream.
I think we made about $100 probably.
But then on the first stream, I think there was a few donations. Yeah. Plus now there's $5 here. Thank you, Lapis, for that last one.
It still says
so I think I know that other one hasn't ended. You have to go in and end it or something.
Oh, Al posted the link to it. Okay. I'll have to,
the first one ended hard. The second stream just ended weird. Thanks, Raspberry. Tom, I think Crothers an email about pin raffle idea with extra pin I bought, and I sent you a message on Discord. Thanks for donating, Raspberry.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about that, Raspberry.
Does anyone know what this is called? What type of a plug this is called? Like what this end is? It's kind of like a Sega Genesis one, but it's not. I'll have to ask Mike Lombardo because he actually made this. I know it's a plug, but like, what's the end? What type of a? There's got to be like a word for this, like an oscillator or whatever. It's the same with your Omnicord. So it works for a lot of things. I use it for charging the ePhone, a dongle, and it it fits certain things.
It's a dongle.
And certain sizes. I know, but like, not DC, not the voltage. What is the end called? Like the size. If I wanted to buy another one of these, does anyone know what I would buy? Circle end 12-volt cord?
Yeah, circle end.
Circle hole?
Circle
hole medium, because I've seen smaller ones. The Genesis 2 plug is a smaller one. This isn't a Genesis plug, by the way. This is a plug. Some things charge with this. I have another thing in the house that charges with this too. I don't know what it is called though.
Did I tell you what I was
Where the
doing?
heck is Mike Lombardo when you need
Did I
him?
tell you what I was doing, Nathan?
What?
I'm leaving stupid Donald Trump quotes that he's actually said
Yeah.
on interviews with him. And all of the posts that I posted on, they all have like 600 likes.
A 12-volt adapter, but like it has to be called something else.
I found my new niche.
Yeah. I know the whole male female, but like the circle and the size of the circle has to be something else.
Oh yeah, I was pulling up the chat so I could read it.
There you go, browse. Circle hole in the end of cable.
It's a good photo.
I
Hi,
don't
everybody.
know.
Hi.
Thank you, Lapis. I can always ask Mike. I was just curious if anyone in here knew, and they could be like, "Oh, I have that. That's the USO 12 volt, or whatever it's called. Barrel plug? Is it called a barrel plug?"
Altoid Yoger is still on. He's still on Twitch.
Why can't we see Tom? Because you don't really want to see Tom.
I am like the man behind the curtain.
Measure it in millimeters. I guess I could. I was just curious.
could
If
angle-
anyone knew
you-
firsthand,
you could
I didn't know if
angle
there was a name for it. I could angle it at Tom. That's an option.
I'll just do this.
But maybe I'll just give you that much. That's all you really want, right?
You just want my arm.
Let's just show his shirt. That's all you guys really care about.
Yeah, it's a pretty good shirt. I just got another.
Are people calling Tom a hot Cheeto?
Oh yeah, that's like a new thing.
That's what Too Pure says. I don't know if it's a new thing or if it's what Too Pure says. But Too Pure knows all the cool phrases.
Guys,
So maybe it is a new thing.
I'm gonna post a link to my Twitch.
A barrel plug. Thanks, Val.
Guys, I'm gonna post a link to my Twitch in the chat.
Thank you.
If you have Twitch, follow it. I'm gonna also be playing Breath of the Wild probably. 'cause
Don't rip me off.
I already was planning on playing it.
No,
and
you weren't. That's what I said it to you
No,
the other day.
You were gonna rip me off and play it.
I started playing GTA. Everyone starts playing GTA.
I didn't play GTA.
Yeah, because
own
you know
Zelda.
you can't because Yoda started playing it too.
I own Zelda. I can play it too.
I said the other day, I said to him, after I beat GTA, I'm going to start playing Breath of the Wild again. He didn't even care about Breath of the Wild. He's not even going to complete it again. He didn't even beat it last time because he doesn't care. I beat it and was obsessed with it.
No, we're both gonna play it at the same time. I'm gonna beat it before you.
You won't, though.
We're both gonna play it at the exact same time, and whoever beats it gets $10,000.
Yeah, I think it's just a Too Pure thing. The $10,000. Where's that money coming from?
Well, we're gonna get a big check that just says $10,000 on
It
it.
just says $10,000.
Whoever wins first gets a big check that just says you won $10,000.
DC male connector. That's it, but there has to be like a size. I guess that's up to me to know what size it is. I guess.
Mega Monkey Gaming says, Nathan, you should play more Resident Evil. Nathan doesn't.
I don't like Resident Evil.
Nathan doesn't like.
It was
Resident Evil.
very boring the last time.
I
we
love
played it.
Resident Evil.
But last time we played it, it was truly boring. We were just
I like
walking
that
around the
game.
house.
I like that game. You just don't like video games. You don't like.
I
Good
know you like
video games.
it, but when we were playing, you were with me. You watched me with it.
I
You
like
there.
that game.
You
I
were
thought-
bored because nothing was happening in the game and no one could figure anything out. I was like, okay, I'll just stop
Lapis
playing
just
this.
donated $2, $10,000.
Thank you, Lapis.
Thank you for donating $10,000.
$10,000. 49 cents US.
Yeah, exactly. $10,000 converts to 49 cents. I mean, the U.S. economy is.
It's Friday night right now.
It is.
Did you know that?
Are you guys-
I never have any idea what day it is.
Oh, you know what I
Ever.
meant? You know what I meant to ask you earlier? You know what I watched yesterday? That I wanted to know if you watched it because I liked the movie. I watched The Peanut Butter Falcon. Did you watch that
That's
movie?
so weird you said it. Siobhan watched it tonight, and I was texting her while she was watching it.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched it last night.
Siobhan is watching it like she just probably finished it an hour ago.
Keoken.
Because she hadn't watched it.
Keoken, notice me, senpai.
Ah, hello,
Keoken, my son.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nathan can be your uncle.
No, I did not like. I don't like any Resident Evil. They're honestly kind of just boring for me. It's like you get some good scares every once in a while. You're like, oh, it's creepy.
I love
but
Resident Evil 4. You shut your mouth, Barnett.
they're kind of boring. There's not enough that happens. You just walk around the dark.
I agree with Ren when she says Resident Evil 4. I think she said Resident Evil 4 was her favorite Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 4 was the most fun.
Resident Evil 4 is awesome.
That was, I think, the first or second one I ever played,
and Resident Evil
and
2.
it was the most fun.
Resident Evil 2 remake, really good. Resident Evil 1 remake, really good.
Siri, you're in the same situation that Tom's often in. lost in a horror game until the end of
Is
time.
everybody enjoying my shorts? Is that what everybody's commenting on? Nobody ever gets to see
Those pasty legs.
these
Pasty games.
these pasty legs covered in.
I don't think
tattoos.
they're bad games. I understand why everyone likes them. I think they're good for people who like spooky games. I just don't really get. I like to get scared, so it's fun playing like a VR scary game. But then you kind of just like, there wasn't enough game and puzzle and challenge for me because I just got bored. Like Zelda, there's so much to enjoy. The puzzles are fun, the adventure is fun, the story is fun, the graphics are amazing, the cutscenes are awesome. Like the actual action and role play and the fighting is way more fun and interesting than just pointing a flashlight around a room.
But you don't like video games.
I love video games. I play more video games than anyone we know. I just have hard opinions on the ones I like and the ones I don't like.
You play Fortnite. That's a fake game.
Fortnite is actually really fun,
That's
and
a game-
it
that's a
makes
game.
sense as to why it's so popular.
Fortnite
I
is a
get
game
it.
for little children.
You're telling me I don't play video games? I literally play the gamut. I play all of them.
Yeah, but you don't like-
I play the spooky ones you play.
But you don't like good ones.
That's your opinion.
No,
I don't
right.
think you like good ones either, but that's
I
my
like-
opinion.
No, listen. Hey, listen. Alan
Tom,
Wake.
I will tell you what's
What about
really
Alan
going
Wake?
on.
What about Alan
I
Wake?
beat that as soon as that game
Did
came
you like
out.
that?
I
Did you
like
like-
that. That was a good
Okay,
game.
well, we can agree on
Alan Wake is better than Resident Evil.
It's better than what's better. All
Because
games
it's Twin Peaks the game.
and all games are better than Fortnite.
I did play Armored Core back on 64. Sure did. You know what game I really liked? There was a game where you would blow up other machines or something on Nintendo 64. It was like Battlezone or like
Twisted Metal.
it was like yellow. There was a lot of yellows, like construction colors, like black and yellow. Yeah, Alligator agrees on that one.
Oh my- We're getting a bunch of donations. We're ignoring all
Thank
of
you
them.
guys. Varza, thank you. That is great. Hey, have a good night. Varza has an early morning. Thank you, Varza.
Raspberry, thank you for that donation. Keoken asked if I had leg hair. I do.
Something, yeah, kind of.
I have leg hair.
He has baby butt hair on his legs.
I have leg hair. I just don't have a ton of it. It's just not super prominent.
I mean, you don't need leg hair.
I'm not a werewolf.
got pants.
I'm not a werewolf like you.
I'm not a werewolf. I have average
I
leg
just have
hair.
I just have light leg hair.
Yeah, that's fine. It's
I
good.
also have a
It's,
twin-
it's actually better because you have tattoos.
This is also a Twin Peaks tattoo.
Ah, true love. Donuts and coffee.
That's a Cooper dedicated tattoo.
Tattoos are lame.
We got this. Nathan, do you remember? I got this in our old living room.
In Santa Monica?
Yeah.
Who did that one?
My friend who was visiting. Remember
Really? I don't remember that.
You were. I
I
think you
probably
were
wasn't
there.
even paying attention.
He tattooed me in our living room.
I don't even remember that. And what one? The first apartment or the second? Berkeley?
Second.
Really?
Yeah. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember. I probably wasn't even paying attention.
I mean, it was like I would definitely do that again. Oh, they're saying Blastcore. Yeah, that's the name of the
Blast
game.
Core! I loved Blast Core! You made me think of it with the core. Armored Core. Armored Core was on 64, right? Maybe I'm thinking about Blast Core.
Piper said.
I said Armored Core was on 64. I might have been wrong. I don't know
Listen,
who that
Piper
was.
says the people demand Alan Wake.
You already played that.
Then maybe they want Dad to play it.
And so did Alligator played it too.
Yeah, but if Dad played it, maybe.
How
they
many
want
more times can you watch it? Segata! We're talking video games. Welcome.
Play it. Alligator says play it more. More.
Play it more.
All right, fine. I also.
I don't want to play Alan Wake again. I played it when it came out. That was good enough for me. I
Uh,
played that in 2011, I think is when that came out.
Mega Monkey Gaming. He does not have the Virtual Boy cabinet. He sold it to the Game Grumps.
Oh, that's way gone. I only have one arcade cabinet left, and I think I just sold it tonight.
Yeah.
I think J-Dub is buying it.
Kai Cat, I actually have Outlast, and I could let Dad borrow it if he wants to play it.
I played Outlast already.
Did you already
I
play it?
beat Outlast 1 and 2, by the way, horror fans.
You've never beaten a game.
I beat them when those came out.
You
and I
never
played
beat-
2 with you in that weird apartment I lived in, and you came over and we
Oh,
recorded
yeah.
Let's Play for it.
That apartment was awesome.
And I think it's on this channel.
Do you remember that apartment was awesome?
Look up Let's Play of Outlast 2 on this channel when it was
I
Naplay.
liked that type of apartment. 'cause
I
it
sure
was
do still have the DC camera. It's
That
somewhere
camera's cool.
right around here. I think it's in that box right behind me because I cleaned my room recently. I have that thing. I used to keep it on my desk.
A lot of people are asking for Skyrim.
I don't like Skyrim. I don't. That and
Or-
The Witcher and Skyrim, I can't do it.
Or you can always pronounce it like I worked with this kid Joseph at this job that I worked at when that game came out, and he kept asking me. He's like, "Have you played Skyrim?"
Skyrim.
And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What game?" And he's like, "Skyrim. Skyrim. Have you played Skyrim?" And then I was like, "Skyrim?" And he was like, "Skyrim."
Skyrim.
And he just kept saying it like that was the way that it was supposed to be pronounced. And I was like,
I got bored with both of them real fast. Whoever asked about the Virtual Boy cabinet, I have some Virtual Boy games I was offering to sell tonight because I'm trying to pay rent and just sell everything I got that's worth $1. I don't know if anybody wants Virtual Boy games. There's nothing really great in here except for obviously Mario Tennis and Wario Land.
will there be another
Although
will there be another My Own Brothers?
I had Lester's Funky Bowling
That
somewhere.
would be a question for Seth.
Seth,
I don't
you have to
know.
ask Seth. Seth's been really busy with his movie, so it's been
Yeah.
hard for him.
He hasn't had time to really do anything. He's been working on the movie every day. So I would say ask Seth after
He was
that.
thinking of changing his Patreon to something else he could do more regularly because he knows people are donating. He
He
feels
wants to
bad.
do a podcast.
He was thinking about doing this podcast, and if people liked it and were interested in it, it would be way easier for him, and
Well,
it would
he
be him
had the-
talking about all these weird things that he does or has happened to
he had
him.
the pilot episode on this channel, the Expect the Unexpected or whatever.
Oh, I never watched that.
That's the pilot.
Is that on this channel? Superhouse?
It's on this one or it's
Nathan?
on, I think it's on this one.
Does anyone know where Seth's Expect the Unexpected is? What channel it's on?
But that was his pilot. He wanted to do more of that. Instead of doing My Own Brother, he would do more of Expect the Unexpected. It was here. Yeah, it was on here.
Oh, did anyone watch it? I didn't watch it. I need to watch it
It's just it's a podcast.
or listen to it, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's saying
Okay.
it's here. Yeah. I want to see Tom and Nathan and Step Brothers too.
Well-
Me too, because
well-
that would be like a big movie. And we
Well,
could
Tom
hit all
can't
the
act,
things.
so it's not gonna happen.
I can act.
Mm.
I don't think I'm the worst actor.
You know, that's not a good pitch.
I'm better
That's
than
not a good
lots-
sales pitch.
I-
I'm not the worst actor.
I would say I would argue that I have acted in a few things. Obviously, a fraction of what Nathan has been in.
I mean, it's not a comparison of how many things.
No,
it's
no,
just
no. But I would say that I'm.
if someone's an actor or not.
I
Tom's
would
not
say
an
that-
actor. He
I would
has
say that I'm
act
an okay-
dead.
I would say that I'm an okay actor.
He has act dead, but he's not an actor.
But I would say that I'm okay. I would.
I
say,
mean, I'm not saying you're bad, but I would never put you in a movie if
Yeah.
I was directing it.
except I would probably be just.
You get guy at the gas station.
I would be that guy in the Talking Classics infomercial. Nowadays, saving money is what I need.
what I need.
I'd be that guy.
Self-defense cassettes.
Yeah, Brzeska says I'm good at comedic roles. I would say, yeah, I think
Tom's good at playing over the top.
I think that I'm really good at playing over the top, and I'm good at playing crazy, which is funny because what I would want to play is like a super dramatic, like actor man, and I'm not capable. I'm capable of being the guy being like, "Have you heard about the UFOs? They're coming to take everybody away," and that's all I'm capable of playing because that's my emotional range.
Steamed Aurora Borealis. There probably won't be any gymnastics for a long time because I don't think there's going to be any gymnasiums open for the next year or two.
Al, I
I can't do
mellow-
anything public like at all.
Al, I can't mellow out. This is my personality is loud and eccentric. I can't mellow it out. I can't do it.
Mega Monkey Gaming. I was thinking about selling my Dreamcast and the games. I just don't know what to sell it for, and I kind of still want to keep it because I do like the Dreamcast, and I just bought it last year because I hadn't had one in years.
Wait a second. Al is saying
So
I can't.
possibly-
Al's saying I can't be a drama man. Why can't I be a drama man? Look, to be or not. Okay.
Well, Steamed Aurora Borealis, it's hard to do anything right now because I can't get anyone to film or be in things with me because no one wants to go out and film because no one wants to come in contact with anyone. So skateboard, I had a camera person film with me, or I would have a person use my Black Magic, which is right behind us right here. So I'd have someone operate this. I can't really shoot skateboard on my own with a tripod. I guess I could have Seth or Tom do it. But like, also on top of that, it's hard because I'm doing so much dad stuff right now. I just can't film and edit a whole other thing. I'm literally editing and filming my whole life away. So I
Yeah,
probably
big
won't
camera.
be doing any skateboard anytime soon.
KO can fun.
Also, I'm
Yeah.
trying to do things that are exciting me, and I did a bunch of that, and it's not really exciting me right now. I did get a new lens though. This is exciting me.
That's your new pervert lens.
This lens is awesome. I can do super, super long, slow zooms. It goes like real far. So there's a lot of zooms of shots that I wanted to do for some videos, and my lens that I have is literally broken, and like it's just messed up. So I had to get a new lens. In this one, I can go
super
so
zoom.
slow, so long. I'm so pumped to try this lens out.
You know, I read Segata's thing about games here being sold. Segata, I agree with you. I actually wanted to stream the original Silent Hill games, and on a original PS2, that was like one of my goals. Once I got the Elgato, I looked at the prices for Silent Hill 2 and 3 and 4 and like all those games. They go for like $80 or something now.
Crap.
It's like something crazy. I was like, oh, nope. I guess I'm not playing these anytime. They're super expensive now. Like I just actually looked them up this week. They're all incredibly expensive. I wanted to play Resident Evil Outbreak and Silent Hill 2 and 3, and they're all crazy expensive. Yeah, it's insane. The collection's not good though, PAX Games. I remember that whole debacle that they're like not
Debacle?
Good. Yeah, they're not good. They're
You
not.
said debacle.
They're not. Yeah, they're not all. They're not all bagog. They're not all bagocles. They're not good versions of those games. So.
Hey, look, a homebrew Dreamcast game.
Siri.
This game was
actually,
cool.
Siri, that's funny you mentioned
Is this from you, Segata?
Yeah,
I think this is from Segata.
Ren, I will not play the HD collection. If I can get my hands on a copy of Silent Hill 2 for PS2, I will play that, but it's super expensive now. So if I can get a copy of it, if I can find it by some miracle for a relatively...
Oh, it's not from you?
If I can find it for a normal price that's not like $80...
I don't think you have to yell so loud.
That's my volume.
You can't have that volume. It has to not be.
That's my volume.
You're just screaming.
This is what I've said.
I know. It's really hard to live with Tom sometimes because he's just constantly yelling.
That's my
Even when we're in the kitchen, he's just like, oh! And I'm like, that's asleep. Why are you screaming? And then for 5 seconds, Tom will go, oh, yeah. So, and he starts getting loud instantly.
That's my volume.
You have to think as you speak and be conscious of your surroundings.
RT, you have a copy of Silent Hill, the disc. If you send it, RT, I will play it. We have the P.O. box. If you wanted to send it, I will play it for sure. You have an extra? RT, if you wanted to send it, I will play it, and I will dedicate it forever in your honor. Yeah, they're super, I can't whisper.
Yeah, that was perfect. Just do that. They can still hear you. The mic is 4 feet from you. Just talk like this. They can hear what I'm saying.
Siri, what I was going to say is, it's funny you mentioned Deadly Premonition, because I'm actually playing it on my Twitch channel now. So if you're not following my Twitch, I'm playing it on there right now. Actually, I am playing it, the Switch version of it, because it came out for Switch. Yeah, I'm playing it. I'll post my... I think I have a link to it. Yeah, I have a link to my Twitch. So if you're not following me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch.
Check out my Snot Girl poster. Pretty cool. Brian Lee O'Malley. One of my favorite comic books.
Tom, what are my computer specs? Laptop.
Laptop.
Is the floor real wood or
Yes.
floating floor? Real wood.
It's real wood.
It's real. Real wood. I think, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you streaming?
No, it's just when Yoda called me. Sometimes when people call, like this answers too. I don't understand why
Let's
it
buy
does
that floor. Yeah, do you guys want to buy the floor?
You can't.
We're
renting it.
Oh yeah, we rent this place. We spend an incredible amount of money renting this place where the roof literally leaks on Nathan's face when it rains because they were supposed to fix the roof a year ago and they haven't.
And then he goes, I'm gonna fix it this summer when it's dry. It's been dry for 3 months now.
Yeah.
I can fix it.
Literally, we spend an insane rent, and the roof.
There's all kinds of problems with this stupid place.
Literally, it pours on Nathan's face.
I have to get out of my bed and lay on the floor. It's annoying. I have to put a bucket on my bed.
Oh, Mega Monkey Gaming will buy the floor if you autograph it.
You can't have it.
Why not?
Because then we'll be standing on dirt.
Sega's said we can call an attorney over that. We probably could get.
Yeah, but then I'm in a whole legal thing, and
Yeah.
I don't like doing that. I don't like suing people and doing stuff like that.
You don't like actually getting what you pay for?
I don't want to sue anybody. I just want him to fix the dang roof.
But he keeps telling you he's going to, and he doesn't.
I know.
But that's so his right.
So the only thing I would want is him to like take some money off the rent.
But he isn't.
And that is part of what I will say.
And he never has.
Next month, because like it's hard to pay rent right now. So I want to say, hey, can we take something off because you still haven't fixed the roof.
Yeah, Sega points out water damage can collapse the roof.
Oh, I know. Also, I think there's mold from all the moisture from all the years in the vent.
It's been years.
Because when it would drip on the carpet, I pulled the carpet back. This is just a rug that I put here.
Kaoken, real quick.
There was a little bit of mold underneath.
Kaoken, roof hose replaced or not?
What?
The roof, you replaced the hose. There's a new hose up there, right?
Oh yeah, the hose is gone. We took the hose off the roof.
There's a new hose.
There's a new hose, and it's not on the roof anymore.
Yeah.
Seth and I ran it outside around the house.
Yeah, you went to like CVS or something about a hose, right?
No, I got a different hose for the hardware store. The CVS hose is for the flowers.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, it's very possible that from years of the roof leaking and the landlord not fixing it, that Nathan's been breathing in mold spores.
That's what I'm worried about. And the vent is literally next to my face.
Yeah.
And when we turn the AC on, it's blowing air into my face. And it's blowing mold into my face. Like that could be giving me cancer.
Al says join me in the mold.
Oh yeah, I heard Al had a crazy mold problem.
Al has been breathing mold for years.
They like ripped the wall down or something?
I think Al might be part mold by this point. Al actually is mold.
I'm no mold. I'm no nonsense.
I think that's the thing, is like the attorney would take money. I mean, really all I would want to see
is just a little bit less rent.
Like if the guy took rent off, I think that would be acceptable, and then he fixed the roof.
Yeah. But he doesn't want to spend his money apparently.
Yeah. I agree, Miss Muniz. I agree with you. Our landlord does not deserve rent, but that's a whole different. Well, he deserves the agreed upon. Like when you move into a place, you agree that the place will be in good shape and they will take care of everything. If something breaks, they'll fix it. That's part of the agreement.
Yeah.
But if stuff breaks and they don't fix it, I also believe that if the landlord doesn't do it, it is then your right as a tenant to be like, I will not pay rent until you fix the thing.
Yeah. Well, I should say to him, I don't want to be like I'm holding it over his head because it's not raining right now, but it could rain any day. You never know. And I don't want to be like, I'm not paying rent until you fix the roof, because then that's just an awkward thing. I don't want to be in that situation.
And how long have you been? It's because he's taking advantage of your good nature. He's definitely taking advantage of your your
I think he's just. I don't think he's trying to take advantage. I think he's just kind of forgetful, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. He always forgets.
I think he recognizes how you are, and he knows that.
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so, because every time I talk to him, I can gauge a person. I think he's just really clueless.
I don't know, man.
Every time I talk to him, it just doesn't. He's not like that kind of person. He's always trying to like work with me and like, talk to me about things.
Tucky King points out, forgetting is very convenient.
He forgets. I mean, if you saw this house, you would see it's built by a person who's kind of clueless and forgetful.
I mean, yeah, I will also say this house is also a little. It's like
nothing makes sense in this house. It's super janky. Yeah. Doorknobs and things are backwards. Everything's wrong. My dad had to fix the sink when he came and visited, and the landlord tried to fix it. My dad's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know." My dad's like, "You don't put that on there." My dad like had to get under the sink and like fix it.
But your dad's a carpenter. The landlord.
Yeah, my dad knows what he's doing.
The landlord is just a rich guy.
And it was such a weird situation for me, because I was almost like, I felt like it was like almost like two parents getting in a weird situation. I was watching my dad
argue with the landlord.
Not argue, but like tell the landlord he was doing something completely wrong, and the guy built the house. But my dad builds mansions and all kinds of houses for his life. Fine finished artwork carpentry. And this guy doesn't know how to plug a hose in right, or a tube.
Segata said you can have your dad fix the roof and then he can charge the landlord.
My dad lives in Massachusetts, and
Fly him out.
he is not going to get on a plane right now to come fix a roof. He's also retired and does not want to fix a roof.
Yeah,
But I could fix this roof, probably.
that is the problem, Piper. Like, there's really, for what we have, like we rent a medium-sized house, not a huge house, it's like a medium-sized house,
Anybody want this thing?
and we're not gonna find that cheaper anywhere here.
Anybody want a cardboard cutout that says Keats Arcade? This was hung up in Neon Arcade out here in LA because they had a bunch of my games in a corner of the arcade, and it was the Keith's corner, and it was very custom cabinets, which I ultimately ended up selling to them. Like my
There's a lot of people who want it.
Really?
Keoken, how much? Piper, how much? Retro Station, I do. Miss Munis, yes.
They had my Fix It Felix arcade cabinet. If anyone wants this thing too, it's a Sega Genesis version of Fix It Felix.
Keoken says tree fitty.
$3.50. Has to be. Ow.
What's gonna?
I had to mail this, and I had to put like wood in it so it doesn't bend
Yeah.
it and break it on you. So I have to like package this up in a legit way. I have to put like some thin boards in there to keep it stiff.
It's gonna be a lot to ship that, I think, because you're gonna have to package it weird.
It's like, can you guys tell what it's made out of? It's like that foam board stuff.
Yeah, Segata said start the bid at 50.
And my Streets of Rage cabinet was part of the Keats Arcade too.
No, I know that you're not. I know that you're not in it, Segata. I would also say, because this is your stuff, I would also say start it at.
$3.50.
No, I would say. I don't know. It's like one of a kind.
Yeah, it's just a printed thing that says Keats Arcade.
I think
literally anyone could make it.
I think Retro Station just bought it. He said $75 for the sign and the game, plus he'll pay shipping.
For this too?
Pay $75 for the game. And
For
the
Fix It Felix? What game? What game are you talking about?
Game. Maybe that was the game. Yep, that was it.
Because I wanted to sell this too.
I mean, $75 for both, and then he'll pay for shipping.
That sounds like an amazing deal to me.
Yeah, I think that's. A
Wow,
winner
I
right
keep
there.
finding things in my room.
I think that's a winner, Retro Station. Retro Station, if you're on Discord,
Wow, Retro Station.
send Nathan a message.
Retro Station, send me a tweet or send me a message on Discord if you're on there. Wow, thank you. That's
You
very
did
nice
it.
of you.
You did it.
Did you want me or Keith to sign this thing? I have a silver marker. Thank
So-
you for helping me pay my rent. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna have left. It's just my farts. I'm really running out of stuff now. I do have Dad's play button, YouTube play button, which you will see. You did see in one video, and it will be in another video.
Are you gonna sell Dad's YouTube button?
I'm probably gonna sell Dad's YouTube play button.
Somebody's gonna own Dad's YouTube play button. Just the actual.
I'm not gonna sell it right now, but because I have to film something with it from freaking YouTube. The website that doesn't tell my subscribers that I load videos.
Raspberry.
So what do I care if I have this thing?
Raspberry, we need the money.
I don't care about pieces of stuff, of material. I care about paying my rent and making more videos. Here it is. This is like the new fancy one. Dad Feels 100,000 subscribers. Great.
Keoken
It's not
said-
like they're finding out that I'm loading videos,
Keoken
YouTube.
said, "I'll buy it. How much?" I don't know, Keoken. I think that would have to be.
When
Yeah,
you
but
see what I do with this in a video, I think it will be worth a good amount of money.
I think you're probably gonna auction it, right?
I might have to auction it off because I think it would be worth 1,000 or more when you see what will happen with it, in my opinion. So,
It's going to Rambo.
but it would be nice to at least try to pay 1 month's rent with this thing. It was in one Dad video, you can see it in one, but it's gonna be heavily featured in a very cool video.
Oh, can somebody post the link
Soon.
for a Retro Station to Dad's on Discord, and then just send Dad a DM. No, we have. It's the Dad's Own Discord
Can you send me? Do you not have Twitter?
or Twitter.
Send Nathan a tweet. It's just Nathan Barnett.
Yeah, or send him a tweet.
I'm writing on my hand that you bought it, so I won't forget because I can't do it on my phone because we're streaming.
Probably
on my
easier
phone.
just to send him a tweet. Just at Nathan Barnett. Oh yeah, get an OnlyFans for your Wikipedia,
Gross.
Wikifeet audience.
Gross.
You should get just who's gonna sign up to the OnlyFans?
I don't have.
Maybe they
an
can start a
OnlyFans.
feet OnlyFans.
I will never do any version of an OnlyFans.
Yeah, Hyperwave said they would sign up.
You do one.
No way.
Why would I do one?
I would just post pictures of fans. That's my joke.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. That's nasty.
That's like the whole joke.
Also, it would ruin my acting career. Oh, that guy, puts pictures. I have no interest in people seeing my body like that. And it would literally ruin my career. That's why I'm surprised when people do it. I'm like thinking, well, there goes everything they wanted to do.
No, because I think it's more like, it is more accepted now.
For a girl, maybe.
I think for guys too.
What the heck is the guy even doing on there? Just showing their ding dang?
I mean, probably, yeah.
I guess, but like you can just Google that stuff. After one post, it's all over the internet probably.
But I'm just saying, like,
Why even sign up for
But
it?
I'm just
I don't know how it works. I don't know how people stay in business.
but I'm just saying, I think that type of content is like more accepted now.
Yeah, definitely. But it's not the kind of content
No,
I have interest in.
no,
making.
you're not.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to make real things.
you're not interested in being a ding dong man.
I
You're
don't want to be a ding dong man.
But that's what the people want. The people want.
I don't care what people want.
The people want your ding dong.
The only thing I want to make is what I will make. You don't say Ryan Gosling, but everybody wants you to be in the Marvel movie. He goes, great. I don't want to be in a Marvel movie.
But he wants to.
He doesn't want to.
Yeah, sure he does.
He only does what he wants to do. That's what everyone should do in their lives. Only do what you want to do. Make
Yeah.
yourself happy before you blow up.
Keoken said no ding dong man. Keoken, I do agree. I also would not. I mess with Nathan, but I also agree with him that I also wouldn't want to do it.
Well, that's the thing. That's what
But-
people do nowadays is like, people don't really care what it is they do as long as it makes money, which is kind of sad that they don't actually have any hard, real interests or talents to do something specific. They'll
like
just
doing-
do, oh, I'll do TikTok. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'll do Instagram. Okay, now I'll do OnlyFans. What are people paying for? I will do whatever that is.
I like doing stuff that's
It's like, why?
I like doing stuff that's funny. So I like doing stuff that I can like make jokes about and like, but like I don't see like with something like TikTok or whatever. I don't see the appeal
Yeah, I have no interest in making a 15-second video.
of like them being like it's
You
always.
can't tell a story.
But
with
it's
a
always
15-second
just
video.
somebody going like this. There's like a music playing and they go.
Yeah.
It's just them doing like that.
It's basically just it's video dump. It's like it's because Siobhan tells me what she watched. Siobhan's obsessed with TikTok,
I just don't get
and
it.
what she watches is like totally different things. She's like, I've never seen any of those dances on TikTok because her algorithm is different based on what she looks for.
Yeah.
She looks at like puppies.
Maybe it's just because
and all these other things.
we're ripping on it all the time.
Well, that's because we see what is popular because we're like paying
We're
attention.
ripping on the popular stuff.
Yeah, the main popular thing is I call it upper hemisphere dance choreography, where people only do hand dances
Because they aren't good dancers.
because they're not dancers. They're just going, and some of the moves in these videos are just them people going, like an expression. Oh,
Yeah.
that's your choreography. I mean, I'm not trying to knock it because
Yeah.
people should like what they want, but
It's just
for
not-
me, I just like things that take great effort and are hard to do. That's what I want.
You're the
to do.
other extreme though.
And you should think about it and really plan it out and like reshoot it 100 times until it's perfect.
Well, you're like Stanley Kubrick. You're like.
I
shooting-
wish I was making
But
real
I'm just saying like the level of like shooting stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you shoot everything till it's like really like the
And
way.
that's
you,
why I make no money.
But I
because
also
they got people like PewDiePie and all these other David Dobrik's who just filming their jerk friends on a cell phone
Yeah.
and they're making millions of dollars.
literally what we're doing.
I'm on the worst website in the world.
We're literally filming. We're filming that on our phone now. But we're
No,
also
we're on our phone right now because I'm selling all my stuff because of the things I make don't earn me enough money. But I should just film garbage like David Dobrik and be
Yeah.
miserable and want to jump off a cliff but at least I'd be rich when I jump off the
You
cliff.
could jump off with all your money.
Yeah. into a pile of money. I wouldn't
jump
die.
into a bigger pile.
And then
of
I'd be doomed for another
And you'll just go.
10 years
you'll
of
go,
making garbage.
You'll go. No, I'm so rich.
And I'm still on this
No. Kaokin donated $5. Said, Nathan, can I play your head like a bongo?
Sure, why not? That's my OnlyFans. You can donate to bonk my head. Thank you for donating.
Swamp Queen. I'm on the worst website in the world. Accurate YouTube Review 2020.
It's true.
Yeah.
You can put all the effort you want into something, and it won't get seen because no one cares about interesting things. But that's just my opinion. It's interesting to me. It doesn't mean it's interesting to everyone else. I don't think my videos are the greatest things ever, but I do think there's at least more merit and value to some of the things I've made compared to the things that do well. But that's just society. Look at Marvel movies; they're the #1 thing. But then you got the real good movies in the independent theaters. In my opinion, still just my opinion.
Kaokin donated $5 more.
Thank you, Kaokin. You're giving too
you
much.
up to your end of the bargain when he visits.
Thank you.
Yeah, I also think, and this is, I have I'm biased because I know you, but I also do genuinely think that a lot of the stuff you've done is criminally underrated, and like some of the stuff I'm like actually this is pretty good.
That's what they say about like all kinds of people in any form of art. Like painters, it's like, oh, how was this guy never known until he died? It's like, well, it's just unfortunately the way things go in the
Your
world.
death?
Yeah, and then we wait a couple of years.
And we just wait a couple of years.
People will finally catch up to be like, oh, this guy was doing like stuff we wish we had seen.
And then you'll come out of
they go, gotcha. And they go, oh, crap, stop. No, we don't care. You're not dead. We don't care.
No, but then you'll come out of the woodwork and they'll be like, I had amnesia.
Yeah.
And now I'm back.
I thought I was dead.
I thought I died. But
and I go, oh, well, we liked your old videos. We don't like what you're doing now.
We like Trailer House, and now we don't understand.
I mean, Trailer House wasn't groundbreaking. Nothing I really did was groundbreaking. It was just fine.
I think that, and this is, I know that you probably.
I just need to be in a movie so I can do a solid character in some good physical comedy.
You should have taken that Cirque du Soleil job.
If I took the Cirque du Soleil job, I wouldn't be known at all. I would have less following, but I would have $200,000 in the bank.
Well, I mean, you could have probably still been working for them. Well, not right now.
Well, for that 1 year, I would have at least had $200,000.
Yeah.
And that was in 2011.
I remember.
I got offered $200,000 contract by Cirque du Soleil. I was the first person hired on the entire show. It was the Michael Jackson show. I was the first employee that they were hiring. They said, we haven't hired anyone yet. The director of the entire show, Jamie King was his name. He was a fan of Trailer House, and he wanted me to play the lead clown. They were called Fanatics. I was going to be the clown on the show, and I would travel the world. And I had signed the contract.
You were ready.
I really should have taken it.
I
But whatever, I'm happy. I had a Comedy Central deal at the time, and I was more interested in that because I wanted to have a television show, and I wanted to make this show that I was writing with Seth. I thought it was more satisfying for me. I didn't want to just go join the circus, but it would have been cool in 2000. I wouldn't have spent any money either because they give you housing and they give you food. So I've just been saving all this money, and I was very tempted to do it. And
But
then
that money would have been gone by now.
It would have been over, and I would have like lost connections with all the networks and all the studio execs.
I'm still surprised.
So
that,
probably wasn't the best idea.
I mean,
Armored Core was tight.
I think, like seeing you at that time, like I remember it was like a big thing because like you were gonna move out.
Blast Corps is tighter.
Seth and I didn't know what we were gonna do if you moved out and like all that stuff. And I think you made the smarter decision. I think it was Youth Large you were working on at the time, right?
It wasn't. It was before Youth Large.
Before Youth Large?
It was called High Score. It was the very first Keith Apicary TV deal I had with Comedy Central, and that was the script we were writing for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to think like where life takes you. Like that would have like, it's like what would have happened at that time? It's like Seth and I.
Blast Corps was the game.
I don't know what we would have done. It's like we probably would have gotten some random person to move in.
Yeah, well, we had other people living there too at the time.
It was just Alexis and Andrew, but it wasn't.
No, it was before that. It was in the Berkeley Street apartment when it happened.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was in.
It was when we were living.
Harvard.
You, me, Seth,
Zach.
and then that guy Zach was there for a while.
Random guy.
And then we had that dude Chaz or whatever, or Val or
no
Van.
No, it wasn't Van. No.
Van?
No, it wasn't. No, it was.
Who was that
Colin.
guy? Colin.
And Colin had his weird friend Van that would come.
Van,
over.
that was who it was. Van, his friend Van came
And they would
over.
like.
And he always called us like bro. He's like, "What's up, dude? What's up, bro?" He was
Yeah.
like always. It felt like he was overly trying to be super
I don't remember
masculine.
his last name. It
And
was
we're like,
Colin-
just act regular,
He
man.
worked at a rock gym.
Yeah.
He moved to LA from Seattle.
Yeah.
And it was like he had just moved here.
And then we had the architect who didn't speak to anyone. He moved in after.
Oh yeah, architect. He was weird.
And
too.
he built that bed with Seth.
And you had what you
He
had?
cheated in the bunk bed.
You had
wars.
what's his name in there too? The rap guy.
No, that was on Harvard.
Was that first Harvard?
That was Hoodie Allen. If you guys know Hoodie Allen, he's in a Talking Classics episode because we were roommates with him. That was when we went back to Harvard.
Yeah.
He moved in. And then he got famous when he moved out.
He moved out. He got super famous.
He was in his room rapping all the time. We're like, this guy's just always
And
rapping.
we were ripping on him.
Thanks, Lapis.
We were ripping on him, and then he got insanely famous.
Yeah, we're like, oh, this guy. It didn't
like-
sound really that great. We're like, oh, because we didn't hear any beats, we didn't hear anything.
We were ripping on him.
And then it turns out he's like a really good rapper.
Yeah.
I'm still friends with him. He's a really cool dude.
He was nice.
But it was just so surprising. We're like, wait, Steve got famous?
Well, I remember what it was. He moved to LA, and it was temporary housing.
He was doing an
for him.
internship.
He was doing an internship.
Because he was finishing his college
He was doing an internship with Lionsgate, which is down the street from us.
Yeah.
The Lionsgate office was like a quarter. It was super close to us.
You could walk in like a minute.
You could walk there in like a minute, and he lived with us for.
It was the summer.
Yeah, 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
That was when Seth moved into the van, right?
Yeah, you can see Hoodie Allen in a Talking Classics episode.
Yeah, Seth moved into the van, and Hoodie Allen lived with us. And we were like, what is he doing in there? Was he rapping?
He was always just rapping. We're like, you couldn't make much of it because you couldn't really hear what he was saying. You just heard him rapping all the time.
Yeah, he had headphones on.
And then he moved back to New Jersey after his internship.
And he got crazy famous.
And he put out an album, and it blew up.
So he wrote...
We're like, what the heck?
He wrote that album when he was living with us.
Yeah, his shows like are huge. He has like so many people that go to his show. Together, like I'm in one of his music videos, but this just never happened.
We're gonna find out what happened to Van.
We gotta find out what happened to Van and what's his name? Colin and Van.
Colin? I don't
Remember
know.
they came with us to a party one time? They came with us somewhere. We went to like a Halloween party or something, and they came with them.
That we went to?
No, that was kind of semi-recently.
No, that was Alexis's party when she lived with her.
Can you guys hear? Did the sound die?
Oh my gosh, Retro Station.
Thanks,
$10.
Retro.
No one watches my videos. Do you guys have any broken Virtual Boys from filming?
We
No,
don't.
I wish.
Oh, thank you for watching the duel review. Thanks, Retro. That's very nice of you for donating. Can you guys hear now?
Oh, the
sound is out of sync.
Audio's out of sync for some reason.
Really?
Might need to not on our end. They might need to refresh their stream.
Refresh the stream and see what happens.
On your own end, it'll probably bring the audio back to sync. It's all fixed now. Okay.
YouTube's going crazy tonight.
Do we have Virtual Boy gloves? Did those exist?
I don't think they made Virtual Boy gloves. I don't have any Virtual Boy. I only have a couple games.
Yeah, just refresh your streams.
Wait, did you send me Virtual Boy gloves? I don't remember that.
I don't even know what those are.
I never even heard of Virtual Boy gloves.
Nowadays.
Is that something you sent me, Segata?
No, he did. He's just asking us, I think.
Oh. I never even heard of that.
Retro Station wants you to sign the Genesis card for him. He can,
Okay.
Retro Station. Just make sure you send that in your message.
I'll do it right now.
Oh, he's going to remember now.
So I don't forget.
Yeah, Nathan's very forgetful, everybody.
Well, no, every time I send anything, I always assume people want it signed.
Do they want it signed as Keith or you?
Do you want Keith or Nathan to sign it? I can do Keith in silver on the sides in case you ever want to wash it off.
The Neon Virtual Boy Power Gloves. Oh, like from the music video. The ones you made.
Oh, those were just power gloves, and I put lights all over them.
You, threw those
I threw them away because they were super junky and they had glue all over them. The glue did not age well, and the lights stopped working. So that stuff's all gone. I think I gave one of them to Jimmy.
I think you did give one to Jimmy because he wears
Our friend Jimmy, who
Jimmy
helped
wears
on
it.
He helped on the videos.
Yeah, Jimmy actually wears it around. PAX Games.
I don't have any copies of Milford. It's not like out yet because it's not even technically finished yet. The 30-minute cut will be the final one.
Are you gonna make?
I don't
a
have.
DVD?
I was thinking of making a DVD that had Neutral and Milford on it, and this will be more. You get more for your money, and I just do a double thing. So, Milford will be on the internet. It just played at a film festival online last week. I can't put it on the internet until more film festivals play it. I'm waiting to hear back from all the film festivals I submitted to. If it doesn't get into any more and it doesn't play anywhere else, I'm just gonna put it on the internet. But I'm gonna put the 30-minute cut up. What is playing at festivals is the 15-minute cut.
I just don't think.
Sunny and Keith would be great. Okay, here we go. I'm doing it right now.
I just don't think there's gonna be the festival thing is like over.
No, there's still more I'm waiting on.
I don't know, yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, you never
Got
know.
into one.
Yeah.
There's Keith. I was gonna do Apicary on the other side.
Wow. Keith Apicary, who knew? What a legend. I keep getting comments.
There you go.
I keep leaving all these comments and all these Trump videos.
Thank you for purchasing it.
I keep leaving comments of his like something insane he says on like a CNN video on him, just so it's like, oh, he did say something insane, and people are like,
Sold all kinds of stuff tonight. You guys are great. You're paying my dang rent. Tom, you gotta sell some stuff.
I don't have any stuff. Just got a message from T-Mobile. They have scam caller ID extensions now.
Did you want this signed anywhere, or do you just want to leave this alone?
I just don't have anything to yard sale.
Yeah.
Like, not really. I don't own anything. I wish.
I think you're asking. Okay, I'll leave it alone. We don't have like a goal or anything. I'm just trying to make some extra cash to like help pay rent to like keep me in here a little bit longer.
What's our?
I haven't got a paycheck in a long time.
What's our rent? $3,600 a month.
The rent is $3,500 total for the month for the house.
Not including utilities.
Yeah, that's not including utilities.
It's insane to live here.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. When you're not working a lot, you realize how expensive it is.
Or like not, because everything is closed in LA. It's still under a partial closure.
I don't want to sell the neutral poster because I really like that one. I'll sell all 12 of my hair. I got 6 on this side and 6 on this side. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I pay almost $1,600 of that rent just for this one room.
Mark, that's insane. That's 3 months rent where I live.
Yeah, I know. I'm very well aware. But it's worth it when like you're working and you're in LA because LA is awesome and you can just there's so much to do and there's so many good restaurants and the beach is here and
part
you
of that conversation that like I've had with Nathan and I've heard a lot of people having the same argument now is that you moved to LA for the museums and the restaurants and the bars.
And because you can get to Las Vegas, you can get to the Grand Canyon, you can get
Right.
to all of California, San Francisco,
now,
Mexico.
If you're confined primarily,
But now you're in a room.
you're in your room and it's like, okay, this is no longer, and like for Nathan's industry, for example, productions are heavily shut down or they're not doing as much and a lot of it is voiceover work. Is like, is it worth it anymore?
I mean, at this point, the world is changing. I don't think a lot of people are going to stay in LA because there's no reason to.
Yeah.
Like,
Ms. Muniz, thank
why?
you.
Why spend all that money? Thanks, everyone. You guys are being very generous. Ms. Muniz, thank you. You've given so much.
PAX Games 550, 3-bedroom house. Yeah.
Where is that? The thing is, like, if I left, I couldn't do what I want to do.
Segata says a year's rent is less than that for me.
I mean, like, I could move somewhere else, but I wouldn't be able to pursue my dream.
Hey, Retro Station. Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
I would
That'd be
honestly
awesome.
pay, I would pay $5,000 a month alone if it meant I could pursue my dream, because that's my entire life. That's all I am on this planet for, is to act. That's all I
it's
want
like,
to do.
I agree with you.
I can make videos other places, but I
That's
don't
the
want to
thing.
just be a guy who just makes videos. I will never be
Yeah.
satisfied just making videos. I don't even want to make these videos. Honestly, I just want to be making films and TV shows. So that's why I'm here, because I'm always working and pitching and talking with people. And every once in a while, I shoot a short film, which will hopefully lead me to a feature film. But I just don't want to make videos. I do videos because I have a lot of ideas and I'm bored, and I just have to pump stuff out, because I can't just not act on the ideas. If I have an idea and I don't shoot it, I'll go crazy. So in the meantime, while I'm trying to pursue my number one dream of acting in longer form pieces, I'll pump out a bunch of videos to keep myself amused.
I agree with Segata. He said, do sexy pics with Dreamcast hiding the ding dong for $50 billion a month.
Nobody wants to see pictures of me naked. They want the picture of the Dreamcast game. I could just take pictures of the Dreamcast games.
JT Mode said, people are leaving LA en masse. I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona, and 56% of home sales since January 1st have been people relocating from California.
Yeah, I know. I have a lot of friends who've already left. Like, a lot. People are leaving, and it's partly why LA is so quiet now, which is kind of nice. LA, in a way, even though it's still super expensive, LA is pretty nice right now because there's less pollution and there's like no traffic right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's nicer to be
Hey,
here.
Brady P. Sorry, did we miss something you said? Oh, maybe you weren't. I wasn't sure if you were saying we missed something. Sorry. Are you just talking about the rent prices? You don't want to comment on it because you get it or something? Yeah, it's really weird, RT. I drove all the way to the west side from the east side in 20 minutes. It's never been done before. It was pretty cool. But I know a lot of people who have left to gone to like I have a friend that went to Delaware. I have a friend last week that went to Arizona. Another friend just went. Where did she go? Where did I say she went?
I mean, there's Colleen.
People are. My friend Colleen moved. Like tons of people are just going all over the place, either to their own homes from where they used to live.
Joe Rogan. We lost Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan left. Like it's not just like smaller people who are working regular jobs that are leaving. It's like big celebrities are leaving too.
Two of the people. So I worked at this cafe.
Yeah, it was crazy cloud.
Yeah.
And normally it takes an hour and a half to drive all the way across LA. It took 21 minutes. Sorry, I'm exaggerating when I said 20. It was 21 minutes. Yeah, Colleen moved. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't know if she told anyone. I don't know if she wants people to know that, but like, so she'll probably stream. Maybe she'll talk about it.
Yeah, even two of the people I worked at this cafe, and they closed because of COVID, and now they're sort of open. They only do like pickup, and the owners are the ones working there, but they laid everybody else off. It was only 8 people or 9 people on staff, but 2 of those people have already just moved back. One moved back to New Jersey, the other one moved to somewhere else in California. So they're just like, all right, I'm out of here.
I mean, it's definitely appealing to me to be like, oh, I could move to like, I don't even know where, some random place, North Carolina, and I could, like, I have a friend who just bought a house in North Carolina who used to live in LA, and she moved last year, and she just bought a house for like $200,000 or I don't even know. Like, it's just, it's crazy to think, well, I could have a whole house for my 1 year's rent. I could put a down payment on a house, but then I'm stuck in that house somewhere I don't want to be. So I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, I had to decide what's more important, saving money and being unhappy with what I create, or having no money and creating what I love.
But I think that the argument is that the industry here, which you want to be involved in, is going to be so slow or slower.
Really, Ty? Ty said she's looking at houses. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Houses in Spain, we could live on a mansion with a pool for a price of a 1-bedroom house here. Well, it's because you live in London.
Yeah.
Well, that's what. So I did some looking at some places recently, and I found a house in some state where there was an in-ground pool, and it was $1,200 for the 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a 2-car garage, and it was like really nice.
So
I could have a whole house to myself, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths with an in-ground pool, 2-car garage. I could turn it into a studio, and it was in another state other than California.
So basically, that place is roughly like $100 ish more than what I'm paying now,
Yeah.
and it's a house.
And you have a whole house. But you're in that state.
Sure. Yeah.
I feel like LA is going to have to drop prices. They're going to be forced into dropping the prices.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
But yeah, like you would think that, but driving through, like I drove through Hollywood today, there's for rent signs everywhere. There's definitely more.
that's cool, Ty. I hope you guys do it.
There's for rent signs everywhere, and this is very unfortunate. But there's a lot more homeless camps and homeless people, which is really sad to see. And it's like, how many of those people have become homeless during COVID because of these outrageous rent prices? It's like, if rent prices were going to drop, they should have dropped by now, and they're not. They're like
I
staying.
mean, it's going to have to happen like this month or next month.
There's so many vacant.
Bob said he saw that rent prices were dropping.
But it's like, it needs to be significant to make people stay.
It needs to be like dropped by like thousands,
Yeah.
I think. Because there's no money coming in.
No.
Like, what are you physically supposed to do?
And there's so many apartments. If landlords want to stay, like, if they want to just be able to pay their mortgages.
It needs to be just the price of the stimulus.
Yeah.
So it's like, take my stimulus, now I have a place. Because
Yeah.
there's literally no money coming in from like we're getting little bits of money here and there from donations. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
It definitely keeps us eating, and it slows our eventual demise. But
It's so
at
dramatic.
the same time, I mean, it's kind of true. Like, what?
I mean, yeah, it's true.
If things don't open up and shoots don't just start happening regularly again, like it's a real bummer that the last commercial I did, I didn't get paid $1 for it right before Corona.
It's kind of ironic that the last thing you did, which would have been a high-paying
that
job,
last job that I did, I would have
Money gets stolen?
gotten up to $10,000 on it, and it would have paid for my stuff for the rest of the year.
your money got stolen.
I didn't get it, and then Corona happened. So now I'm really screwed. But if jobs start happening and I book a commercial or I book a part on a TV show, it could keep me afloat. I just don't see it happening because I've only had 2 auditions over Zoom for 2 commercials. And the odds of getting a commercial are so slim because they see so many people for them.
Oh, I've been sending emails to the governor about this since March, and
Yeah, I always send emails. I leave voicemails. I call all the government numbers. Anytime someone's like, call this number, I call it every time. And I email and do it all.
I think, and this is something I've talked to Nathan about, not to be like a doom and gloomer, but
Oh, wow. 30 years at CBS Agaton, your brother got laid off?
Dang.
Wow, that's a bummer. I mean, this is literally every single human in America.
Yeah,
Not everyone, but most people.
I mean, it happened to me.
everybody.
It's like everybody's getting laid off.
This is like, it's crazy. It's like, are we all just going to be homeless?
I mean, they're gonna have to pass some. Like, this was the biggest bummer to me, is like hearing that they couldn't reach an agreement about like stuff going on, and the talks just fell apart again because like the politicians can't just come together and say, oh, we need to do like UBI for everybody.
Because they just don't care about human beings. They don't care. They don't want us to have money to pay. They don't want
It's like
it. They
they're
don't
not gonna be
care. They
reelected.
would rather us die, like for real.
They're not going to be reelected, so I don't understand like what their rationale is here. Like their base isn't going to reelect them.
I'm just gonna have to be like, well, I can't live my full dream. I'll just live a life of like moderate. I mean, I'm not complaining. I know a lot of people have things a lot worse than me, and it sounds horrible for me to even complain at all because here I am creating things and living off of it. I obviously appreciate it, but I need to like let go possibly for a while because of the situation we're in. I have to let go of my dream of pursuing filmmaking and just be okay with making internet stuff to stay afloat. I could move somewhere cheaper, make stuff and put it out on the internet and survive somewhere cheaper. I could do that, and I'm probably going to have to. And then
Scrambling.
when the
thanks.
world comes
Struggle's
back,
real.
thanks, Scrambly. When the world comes back to whatever version of normal,
Well, then you can get jobs.
then I could probably continue pursuing my filmmaking career
Yeah, see?
when I'm
Al's right. You gotta
50 years
pick
old.
a small town and make New Hollywood.
New Hollywood.
Just move to wherever Al is.
Anybody want me to be their roommate? I'm really annoying.
Yeah, Nathan will move in.
Wow, there's like 70 people watching this.
This is
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Varza, thank you very much.
Thanks, Varza.
Good night.
I'm really bad at cooking, but I like to vacuum.
Two Pure wants to move in. Scrambly. Bodog.
How about we all just get a super huge house in the middle of Texas?
Or we can start a commune.
And we can all start a cult club, and we all pay to live. We could build water slides in the house, and we could take water slides from the second story downstairs out a window and land in a pool.
I think the
And
commune
just
is
buy a town.
the commune is a good idea. That seems like a smart decision to make.
Suplex house. Oh yeah.
Let's just get the commune going.
Yeah, and then no one has to pay rent because the town is already paid for.
But then if the government shows up, we got to be ready.
Then we stand there like with our shotguns, like they do in Texas and every other state.
We won't have a problem then.
We just say that we can be a sovereign state.
Yeah, I'm a sovereign
Can't
citizen.
come in.
I'm a sovereign
No
citizen.
government allowed.
I don't need a license. I'm a sovereign citizen.
Yeah.
I feel like you could get away with that in some states.
Some
It's
states
more,
are like, we don't go over there. We leave them alone.
It's like more lawless.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh yeah, Bodog. We can call it Waco 2. That's a good idea.
Waco, gosh. No.
I like that idea.
You like the idea of starting a cult in Texas?
No, it's just a group of friends who are together.
Just a group of friends that were together who are evil.
No, it's just a group of friends.
A group of evil friends. Demented.
They're just
Demented.
They're just hanging. Yeah, it's just the super friends. Exactly.
And I am down. I can name all of you. Too Pure is gonna give us all of our cult names. They weren't evil. Wasn't the whole Waco thing about a bunch of cult people?
Waco was a cult.
Yeah. What did they do?
It was a group of friends
It was a group of friends. What did this group of friends do? What was their favorite activity?
making pizza.
Making pizza. Pizza cult.
Yeah, they just made pizza and the government had to hassle them.
They didn't like how they were putting so many toppings on their pizza.
Well, they put
Too many toppings.
Well, they were putting olives and banana peppers on there, and the government didn't like it. They were like, "You're not allowed to put those
You
on
can't
there."
put those. That's a disgusting
They
combination.
put pineapple on their pizza, and the
Oh,
government.
government hates pineapple
Well,
on
as soon as
pizza.
they found out they were putting pineapple on their pizza, government stormtroopers started like they were like repelling it out of helicopters through windows. And,
We smell pineapple on that
"Ah, you
pizza.
can't put pineapple on your pizza. We're coming in.
So they were stockpiling weapons. What
They were
were they
stock-
going to do with these weapons?
I think they were just stockpiling pizzas, and everything else is a myth.
It's a myth. The government planted the weapons.
I'm pretty sure. I'm entirely confident that was what was actually happening.
ATF and pineapple.
Yeah, they were stockpiling pineapples.
Underage wives? Wow. Wasn't Waco the guy who had the thing on his forehead?
That's Charles Manson.
Was that who's the Unabomber?
That's Ted Kaczynski.
Who was in Waco? Not neither of those guys?
David Koresh.
I've never heard that name in my ear. David who?
Koresh.
Is that an actor?
It's not.
Not the
no,
guy from X-Files?
That's David Duchovny.
Oh, David Duchovny's brother?
No. You're wrong.
David Koresh sounds like an 80s singer.
I mean, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He
You
might
know,
have been.
David Koresh from Angel's Wings, the 80s band.
Yeah. I mean,
Pretty sure.
Nathan's heard of him. He just.
I don't think I've ever heard that name.
I'm sure that Nathan has
I've heard of the Wacko and Waco is what I heard. Everybody used to say the Wacko and Waco.
Nathan just doesn't remember anything. Even if you did tell Nathan the name, he's not going to remember it.
No, I don't think anyone ever knew that name.
I knew it.
I think that's the first time they've discovered the name of the guy.
I knew it.
I think you're the one who just cracked it.
I've retained the information. Keoken. Dude, I live in Australia and I have heard of him.
No, I don't think you have.
I don't think...
I think you... It's like one of those things you're like, you think you've heard of it once you hear it.
I mean... Sure. Why not?
You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure I know everything.
I don't think that that's true, but okay.
Who's to say?
Yeah, who's to really say? I don't know.
No one really knows anything. Let me decide. Let me be the
Segata
judge.
said there's a Netflix TV series about Waco out now.
Oh, isn't it called Waco?
Probably just called Waco. I mean, I know all about these friends.
I don't pay attention to morbid things, though. That's probably why I didn't hear about it.
These aren't morbid. It's just history.
Yeah, history's morbid. I don't pay attention to history.
And then
I pay attention to Zelda.
And then David,
my love.
And then David Koresh went on to start Pizza Hut.
No, David Koresh started Pizza Hut. He's the founder.
Yeah, it's very simple.
It's Friday night.
Yeah, we're partying.
Who the heck in here is going to be on the Discord call tomorrow? Is anyone going to be talking to me or Dad tomorrow?
Are you doing a Discord call tomorrow?
I'm doing both of them tomorrow at noon. My Patreon supporters and the YouTube members of Dad YouTube channel. I will speak to you tomorrow.
Are you going to announce the OnlyFans?
No, you idiot. I'm going to announce the Jelly Fans.
For $10 billion.
The Jelly of the Month Club from me.
For $10 billion. I'm
going to send everyone just cranberry jelly every month.
Courtesy of Segata, Nathan will cover up his ding-dong with the Dreamcast.
No.
Keoken.
I don't even have a ding-dong. Didn't you see the video?
Keoken says, donated $5, said, Tom knows more stuff than you, Nathan. Remember, Casca is your first true love. I will be on the call.
I will remember Casca as my first true love because she is my first true love from Berserk.
They want bathwater.
I have an idea for bathwater, actually.
What about like carbonated
I seriously think I might be selling bathwater. Dad's bathwater.
Does anybody want Dad bathwater?
And it will be very funny.
It's as pure essence.
There's a whole thing that I'm going to do with this. There'll be a video, and then you can buy the water from the video.
That sounds good.
I think it would be worth buying when you see the video.
I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea.
It's a great idea.
Are you going to put your feet in the bathwater?
Everything will be in the bathwater.
What about Dad feet water?
Dad feet, Dad rump, Dad bald head. It's all going in there.
Gross. I don't know if people are actually going to buy this.
It will be tight. I mean, no one's going to buy it. Maybe 3 people will buy it as the joke.
I don't know.
It is an idea. I'm going to do the video, and then if people want to buy it ironically, then maybe I'll sell.
I think that some people would
There'll
buy
be like these vials of the bathwater.
I heard that if you drink it, you actually get
You go bald.
You get superpowers.
You get Saitama superpowers and you go bald.
Yeah,
you don't have to do the 100 push-ups, 100 squats. You just get his powers.
You just go bald.
From drinking the dad bathwater.
If anybody else wants to go bald, then you too can go bald.
Yes. You too could go bald.
You too can be bald.
You too could look like this.
I mean, dude, is that what they want? Wow. Just more stuff?
I can't tell the audience what this is, but you know what this is. I'll do this. There you go.
Great.
Do you know what it is?
That?
Yeah.
No.
You don't?
I can't really see it.
Do you understand that?
Sure.
What's this?
Yeah, I see it. Uh-huh. Retro Station donated $5.
Thank you.
Two Pure said, it's drugs. Is it drugs?
It's drugs. What is drugs? There's no drugs. There's never drugs.
Nathan's always doing drugs in here.
I hate drugs, actually. And I never support drugs.
Nathan is always smoking drugs in here.
I don't think it's bad if people smoke weed, but I don't. And I don't do drugs.
Did you smoke a weed?
I ate a weed chocolate once, and it was the worst thing that happened to me. So now I'm like, okay, I'm back to never doing that again.
Interesting.
It's not for me. I don't need it. I'm fine. My mind is insane already. My imagination, I sometimes don't know what's real and what is happening in reality. I often think that I don't exist and that I can disappear and walk through walls, and if people see me, they're trying to kidnap me and use me for my powers. That has been many times in my life where I've actually hidden in the woods because I think people are following me to harness my powers, and I'm not making a joke. I've done this.
Alligator skull is sick.
So I can't do drugs because of what was happening with my brain.
Al smoked one whole weed once.
That's crazy.
You're absolutely sick, Al.
I ate a few whole weed and it was it was like I was on acid.
I had a soda today.
So I'm at a soda. Speaking of soda, I have a soda.
I have 2 sodas in the fridge.
Should we get our soda?
No, that's not yours. That's not yours.
No, I have my own. I got root beer. Not that Coke.
Why'd you get Coke? Why'd you get root beer?
Because I got it with my sandwich.
But I also got a sandwich and I got a Coke.
I know you did. I got mine last night.
I got mine last night too. But you didn't know they had Coke.
You're an idiot. What are you even saying?
I also got a soda.
Great.
And I got a Coke and not a root beer.
Great.
Coke is better.
What is your point?
Coke is better.
Coke's gonna keep you up all night. I got root beer, so it won't keep me up all night.
I'm not gonna drink it. I had a Coke earlier today. And I had a Coke last night.
Everyone I talk to who has done drugs and acid, and when people who were there and experienced what happened to me when I was on the weed, all said it was like you were on acid. Like it went insane. I died many times. And then I was in an infinite loop of dying. And the only way to get out of this loop, in this purgatory, I thought I was in purgatory. It was truly maddening. And I was like, I lived this moment a million times over. And it was only something I did once. The only way I could get it to stop was to run into the street and kill myself, kill my actual human body that was waiting to die. So I opened the door to go outside and run into the street, and Seth had to stop me because they're like, what are you doing? Because I was like, I'm in purgatory. I have to get out of here. And I died. And I started crying because I felt so bad for Seth that I killed Seth's brother. I was dead. And why did I do this? I shouldn't have done it. And then I kept seeing this guy. So all these different times, I died all these different ways. And some of them looped a million times. And then the sniper was shooting me through the window. So I kept jumping up and running out of the room to avoid the sniper because I didn't want to die again. And
this
then
sounds like Seth's worst night ever.
it was horrific. And it was so real. And this was just from eating a piece of weed chocolate. But everyone tells me you shouldn't eat an edible for your first time. I know that. But that being said, I don't need to ever be there. I literally hide in the woods because I think government officials are trying to get my superpowers. I don't tell people these things. There's a lot of things about me I don't tell anybody.
Yeah, Too Pure wants to know, where did you get this weed chocolate? Other people are saying that's LSD. And
Well, no, because Siobhan had a piece too.
Piper said that it might have been laced with something.
It wasn't, because Siobhan had some too, and it didn't do this to her. My imagination is already incredibly heightened, and it's so heightened at times, I don't know what reality is, and sometimes I have a hard time deciding what's really happening in front of me, if I'm making it up, or if I'm seeing it, because it's so vivid sometimes. Seth has the same problem. Josh doesn't really have it, but Seth and I have it, and Seth and I have to Seth freaked himself out one time when he was in the desert because he thought he wasn't actually alive anymore, and he couldn't figure out if he was really alive because there was no one there to tell him he was, and he was just grabbing at the sand, and he started running around the desert, started freaking out. He's like, oh my God, what if I don't exist? And you can kind of lose your reality sometimes.
I'm not gonna get murdered here.
So this is what happened to me, and I went absolutely nuts. And then Siobhan, her brother, who's a chemist, was like, you need to show him something familiar to take him out of this. So she tried to play something for me on her laptop at first, and she put the laptop in front of my face, and all I saw was a white light. And I thought she was trying to kill me and make me go pass on to finish. And I started crying. I was like, I don't want to die yet. So I jumped out of the bed. I wouldn't look at the laptop because I thought that was me going to light and finalizing and dying. And then I ran around the house more, and I was just losing my mind. And eventually I got so tired, they put me on the couch and they put Total Divas on. And Total Divas I recognized, and it was the first moment Wait, this is what it felt like. It's like you're under a sheet,
Skip the
right?
total divas brought you back to reality.
It was because it was something I had watched a lot of at that time, and I recognized the ladies, and I was like, oh, it snapped me out of it, and I was like, and I said to Sean, I go, I'm really high, aren't I? She said, yeah, you're super high, and I was like, oh, and I could feel myself slipping back. I go, no, I'm going back in. And she's like, what? And I was like, I'm going back in. And then I started freaking out again. And I didn't have the consciousness that I was high anymore. I was back into believing the reality that I was nuts. And this was happening. And what it felt like was this. I poked my head out from under the water or through a sheet. And I saw what was really going on. And then it felt like I was going back under. And then like 20 minutes later, I came up again. And I started until eventually I was only out of it. But I fell asleep. And when I woke up is when I was fully out of it.
So, I don't know, dude. It sounds like to me like you took something stronger, and maybe Siobhan was.
No,
but Siobhan has a higher tolerance to that stuff.
Siobhan hadn't done anything like that in years because she wasn't doing anything, and we got it from Laro. It was from a weed dispensary where like my friend who has like a weed card.
You guys are all drugmen now.
She went and bought her weed, and they said, "Oh, here's some free chocolate," and it was from like a weed dispensary, and Siobhan ate it, and she just kind of got high. I lost my mind. So whether it was bad weed or it was good weed or it was just too much weed, I know I don't need any form of hallucination ever. It's not something I need. I don't need to relax. I can relax by having CBD or whatever. Goodbye, everybody. Or I can just drink some calming tea or my neuro sleep juice, which I love. It's not necessary for me, and it's not something I desire to have to alter my mind in that way. So I just don't need to do it. And after that, it was just I had a really bad first experience. And then I talked to a lot of people later who were like, oh yeah, the first time I ever had weed, I thought I died too. It was a very similar thing where people experience death. Mm-hmm. But I actually almost killed myself. I was going to run into the street to run myself over because I couldn't deal with it anymore. It was torturous. And I truly believed I was stuck in purgatory. I
like to think that by eating salt and vinegar chips, I'm also experiencing a heightened state of being.
You are.
I finally achieved my final form.
Exactly, Retro.
I also eat pickles and saltines with peanut butter on them.
Yeah.
Those are pretty. I'm probably gonna eat that in a few minutes. Actually, that's my nighttime snack.
That's what I hear from everybody. It's super scary the first time you do it, but like I don't need a second time. I really don't. Drinking rum every once in a while and just like rum for me, it just makes me go, what's up? And like that's not even really necessary. I don't even need to drink alcohol. But like I do that out of boredom now because it's like, oh, that's a thing I've started recently. I guess every once in a while I can do that for something to do. If Corona wasn't going on, I probably wouldn't really be drinking at all.
You know what drug I'm waiting to do? The only drug that I would do?
What?
Is the drug from RoboCop 2 when they're all doing nuke.
Yeah, Miss Munis. Everyone dies on it.
That's the drug I'm waiting
for. Oh, nuke? You're waiting for nuke?
I'm waiting for nuke. And I'm going to start going, like... If they ever have nuke...
Sci-fi drug.
I'll just do... It's nuke.
I mean, I do think weed is good for a lot of things. I think it's good for, like, tons of people who need it. Like arthritis and PTSD and other forms of stress. I think weed is super good because it's a natural thing. I don't want it or need it.
Yeah, that's why you gotta do nuke instead. We're all gonna meet up with Kane.
Kane. Don't I look like that guy, Kane? Isn't it Red from that 70s show?
I remember...
Who's the bad guy? What's the bad character name?
It's Tom Noonan is the actor. But that's Clarence Boddicker from RoboCop 1. I'm talking about RoboCop 2.
Oh.
I remember, like, my friend Tony and I, like, he'd always do that line where he would, like, hold up a thing. He'd, like, hold this up and go, and now, with Blue Velvet. Because I was, like, when he was, like, holding up, like, the new line of nuke.
Oh.
And then he would, like, do it, and he'd just be, like, I forgot the drug thing. It was, like, scopolamine or something. He's like, Frank, the scopolamin's got my teeth wiggling.
My teeth wiggling.
And he would always talk about that. I remember that was so funny. That movie's RoboCop 2 is still awesome. It's not as good as the first one, but it's still a really good movie.
I think it's time for root beer.
Are you doing a root
It's
beer?
Friday night, everybody.
Are you doing a
May as well
root beer?
party
Are
with
you
root
doing
beer.
a root beer?
I'm doing a root beer. Good night, everyone who's leaving. Francesca, adios.
Oh, I think everybody's leaving.
Whoever's gonna be on that call tomorrow, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, we just pretend that RoboCop 3 doesn't exist.
I don't remember RoboCop 3.
It's better. It's better that way. I assure you. Malibu beer. I think we want to see the Malibu.
Malibu beer.
The Crow is
I
just
don't
gone
know.
RoboCop.
I've been so healthy lately. Been exercising. I haven't had rum in a while.
You owe yourself a treat.
The Crow is just goth RoboCop. That's kind of funny.
I might actually go to bed soon. It's getting kind of late.
We should all have a RoboCop 3 viewing party.
No.
Seems like everybody wants to watch it.
That's a bad idea.
I've never seen it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
It's just like cheesy. It's like, first of all, they made the movie PG-13 so to appeal to kids.
You should use your voice scrambling, ask Dad a question, and then you can talk to me on the call after.
It's not a very good movie.
I want to see it now.
It's not
Also,
good.
everyone says Suicide Squad was horrible, and I was like, I gotta watch this movie.
It's alright.
Everyone says Suicide Squad stinks. I thought it was pretty good. It was just as good to me as any Marvel movie.
It
I actually
wasn't-
thought the story was kind of interesting, and I was like, oh, I actually kind of like feel for these people, and they're horrible people, but like they did a good job of making me kind of feel bad for them.
I thought it was okay. I thought that it was, but it was the same thing
It
with
was just
like,
an action superhero
but it was the same
movie.
with like Batman versus Superman. People were like, it's the worst abomination of all time. I was like,
I haven't watched that one yet. Now I want to watch that one too because I heard that one's really bad.
No, I guess what they're doing is they're putting out the director's cut, which is supposedly.
I heard that the director's cut's supposed to be like really good. Are they doing it? They're putting it out.
Yeah, they are putting it out.
Because they want to try to make any money they can make now. So
Well,
like,
because,
this is
like-
probably the only time it'll come out.
Well, there was such a call for the director's cut that like, well,
Yeah, actors wanted it too, right?
well, basically what happened was they shot the movie. The movie was done.
I heard all about it, and they didn't like the director did, and they just went and changed it.
Well,
on him.
he had like a family emergency and like couldn't do reshoots.
Yeah.
So they got Joss Whedon to come in and like he just did like his own thing.
Yeah.
And it like ruined the flow of the movie because it was two directors,
Who was it? Ben Affleck and who else?
Gal Gadot and
No, Batman vs Superman. Who played
Oh, Henry
Superman?
Cavill.
Oh, Henry Cavill. Yeah.
yeah.
He's the Mission Impossible guy.
Yeah. But that was the whole debacle where like because he was
You say debacle. You
Because-
say toe-pockle.
that was the debacle.
It's debacle.
Because of the whole debacle, it was
What are you saying?
that was the thing. It was a movie.
Debacle. You're
Hey.
saying like apocalypse and
Uh-huh.
topic
Hey, that's
or
nice.
something.
Hey, that's nice.
Topic apocalypse.
Hey guys, that's nice.
You made up a word.
No.
Debacle.
It's a beautiful word. The most tremendous word.
Tremendous, beautiful.
Tremendous.
All the vowels.
All of them tremendous. I'm gonna go with my snack.
I didn't really enjoy Sucker Punch. I saw that in the theater. That movie was a little too heavy green screen. I know that was like the thing. It was like a green screen movie, and there are movies like that. I just don't really enjoy that. I think that kind of worked for Sin City,
It was awesome in Sin City.
but Sucker Punch, I was kind of just like, there was no stakes for me. The reason I didn't like it was because there was no, I mean, maybe it's a little annoying and old person of me, but like, I like when something is like, they're really doing something. Also, when you have no sense of like when the background is just moving fire all the time and they're on like a floating rock all the time, I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't really care if he's gonna fall off because he's probably just gonna land on another floating rock and like nothing matters in those situations.
Yeah.
You can't really care for the character when they're just floating around. I don't know. Like, and then like one thing like in one of the new Fast and the Furious, it was like The Rock or it was what's his name, the other dude,
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel, like jumped from one car to another across like a highway bridge, and it was so fake and green screen. It was definitely not like an F yeah moment. It was just like,
Super.
oh, all right.
It was like, oh yeah,
Like
the Rock
no
did
stunt
that.
person did anything on that.
Yeah.
It was just like I was basically watching Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
So
it was just a CG green screen thing.
I don't mind if someone uses wires and they jump from a car to another car because like they're still doing it even with wires. Because some things you physically can't do.
That's what I like about Christopher Nolan's movies. Like he talked about Tenet, saying that like
But yeah, they actually flip those cars.
yeah, there was some like
Things can be done.
there was some,
studios
like-
just don't want to do it.
there's some like ridiculously low number of VFX shots in that movie. Same thing with Mad Max. The new Mad Max Fury Road, it was like an insanely low number of VFX shots. It was all practical, except for like they touched stuff up.
Yeah.
But it was like practically shot.
Yeah, I think that's more. It's you can tell too. You're as a human, you go, oh, whoa, that was crazy because it looks
Yeah.
real. When something isn't even trying to look real, like if it was all CG, that would be different. You know what I mean? Like if it was all
But if
like
they're trying to fool you.
Pixar, you are signed up for that. But when it's real life and then CG happens, you go, oh, you can't mix them really,
Yeah.
unless it's like Roger Rabbit or something where you just like signed up for the mix the whole way
Yeah.
through.
It's the same thing with like those the raid movies.
Exactly, take it up. Like I think that was Mad Max is a good example because a lot of stuff was practical, but like touching stuff up, you still feel concerned for the character because you're like, oh, it looks like he actually might get run over. Like the actor, you're supposed to feel it.
If a car flipped in that movie, they still flipped the car.
Yeah, and they just add extra fire or whatever, but like
Yeah.
you can just tell when something's fake.
Yeah.
And it kind of just ruins it, in my opinion. But at the same time, if you do like these movies, that's good. I want people to enjoy everything. I personally lose interest a little bit in things that are super fake. And that's what Sucker Punch did that for me. And I was like, I thought it was a cool idea. Wasn't it a comic book too?
So I think Sucker Punch might have been, yeah.
I think it was a comic book, and I think that's cool. But like Kick-Ass was cool for me. I like that. I like a lot. Scott Pilgrim had a ton of stuff like that, but the whole movie was that.
It was a
So
comic
you're
book movie.
signed up
Yeah.
for this is very heightened reality. Like they're all on wires. Like that was different because that's what you know you're getting.
That's what you're getting into.
But like I think in Sucker Punch, it's different because it wasn't in reality. It was just all.
that land or whatever.
It's just all weird. I don't know. There is a difference, but maybe I'm being a hypocrite. I don't know.
I mean, it depends on. I like practical stuff more, but do I enjoy like Star Wars or something? It's like, yeah, sure.
Star Wars is fine. I've found that I'm kind of like bored with Star Wars.
It's played out.
I
right
liked
now.
the new one, first one that came back of the remake, and then I liked Rogue, not the remake, but like the new trilogy. I liked the first one. I liked Rogue, and the other ones I just got kind of bored with.
I thought Rogue One was the best one. Like that was.
Rogue
like
One
spin-off.
was the best one.
That was like the spin-off.
That one was awesome. That was a good story.
Because it was original.
Yeah.
It was like a good, or I guess it was a prequel, kind of, but it was like original, and it was dark.
Yeah, I liked Rogue One. I thought it was cool. I watched it again recently, and I was like, yeah, this is still pretty good.
It's a good movie.
And then, what's the one? Who is it? Who's Harrison Ford's character?
Oh, Solo.
Solo. I watched the Solo movie, and I thought that was the worst Star Wars.
It's-
I thought it was worse than the '90s ones.
It was just pointless.
I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't say. I think it's a fine movie. But I think what they were expecting was everyone to be like, yes, all these movies are awesome.
Well, yeah.
And two of them were good to me. Was he a YouTuber, the actor from Star Wars? I keep going to say Logan. What's the guy's name? Solo. Yeah, Solo was pretty slow.
Yeah.
I also don't like hating on things. So when I say this stuff, I don't want to be like, it stinks. Because I just like watching movies ultimately. And these weren't like the best movies for me. But I will watch anything in a movie theater. I really like being in the movie theater. So I still am happy that I saw any movie, even if I didn't love it.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go.
What time is it?
It's like 1 a.m.
It's 1 a.m.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Oh my gosh, I can't have my soda now. It's too much sugar.
You'll have it tomorrow.
Dang, I didn't get to have my soda.
You can have it tomorrow.
Well, thank you, everyone.
Everybody be on the call for Nathan tomorrow.
See you on Discord.
And
if you're a Patreon supporter or a YouTube member.
And I'll see everybody soon. I'm sure I'll be streaming tomorrow.
Yeah, Tom will probably be live.
I'll probably be live. Bye, guys. Thanks for all the donations.
Tomorrow night, I was going to do more GTA on the Dad channel. I had no idea it was this late. I thought it was like 11 or
It's
something.
time for bed. Everybody go to bed.
Thank you for the $88 in the stream. We made $100 on the last stream. There was probably like a little bit on the first one.
Oh,
There's
really? We made
three.
that much? Thanks, guys.
We've made like $200.
That'll go towards our rent to stay here for hopefully another month.
So 70% of that. We made $140 about.
Thanks,
so
everybody.
thank you, everyone, after
Yeah.
YouTube fees.
That's awesome. It helps keep us making things.
Hot Cheeto Tom.
I don't know about that. Well,
Tom's a hot Cheeto,
Cheetos
everybody.
are good.
A young person said you're a hot Cheeto. You're cool.
I'm cool now.
You're cool now. If you part your hair like I told you to,
I'm
then you'll be
cool.
even cooler.
I'm cool now.
Everyone tell Tom if he wants to be a flaming hot Cheeto, he needs to part his hair down the middle,
I'm cool.
90s style.
It's cool to be cool.
And it needs to be wet all the time too, like in the 90s.
It's cool to
Everyone had wet hair in the 90s, like wrestlers.
Oh yeah, that's a direction. I don't know if that's ever.
I love when people have wet hair.
Yeah, I
It's
don't know if that's
funny
ever a
to me.
direction, but every single video I've ever done with Nathan, and I need to be like kind of like affected. He always goes, "Your hair's not wet enough," and he's like,
I love it.
Wets my hair. He's like, "Your hair needs to be wet."
I did it. I had my hair wet in most of Milford because I think having wet hair adds a sense of just like discomfort
But that's always your direction. Of
and
like,
just
I'm like,
and a little bit of like ugliness.
yeah, when I'm like, oh, I'm like, how's my wardrobe? And you're like, hair's not wet enough.
I used to do it to Josh too. I put Josh in videos and I'm like, you gotta wet your hair more. It just needs to be like looks like you're kind of sweaty.
That's like your direction.
I
'cause
love
you want
when
everybody
people
to
have
look
wet hair
sweaty and wet.
because it makes people look. It makes the character look a little bit more miserable. When you look at them, they're just not as presentable. They're more like
Yeah.
it adds. It's overall. It's a subconscious thing. I think it. I believe in it.
You believe in.
I believe in wetting characters' hair to add a layer of discomfort and unattractiveness. Yes, like wetting the streets. It adds definition. You can see the reflection in the street. It lights up the whole scene. Thank you, Smoog. Wow, $91. Wet. It does work though. A wet road looks so much better than a dry road. I get it. I totally get it. We used to have a joke about that in Massachusetts when we were filming our videos. We used to always say, wet it down, wet it all down, because roads were always wet in movies. So when we were filming videos, we're like, why isn't the ground wet? But we didn't have a way to do it. That was just our hee-hee joke. Me and Josh, my brother, used to say it all the time. Wet it all down. It looks good. But you gotta wet it and then you gotta like squeegee it because it can't be too wet. It's just gotta be like kind of wet. Everything's better wet. That sounds gross. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. We've earned $91 dang this stream. It's very nice of you. I'll see you all at some point in the future. Talk to your voices tomorrow on the web app. Am I missing messages? Everything is better when wetter. Two Pure wants to know if Tom will go on a date. Tom has a girlfriend. No one here can go on dates, unfortunately. Sorry, everyone. The hot Cheeto has been chewed on. Damaged goods now. But thank you for being interested in that hot Cheeto. It will make him happy. After Corona, maybe a friendship date when people can burp near each other again. Milford will come out after film festivals finish playing it. I can't play it while it's in film festivals. It just played last week at an online film festival. So I'm waiting for that to be over. And then it will be on the internet. Thank you for waiting. You don't have to say no homo, because homo is fine. I would go on a date with Tom, homo or non-homo. Doesn't matter. A date's a date. But Tom has a girlfriend. And I currently cannot go on a date with anybody. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.